Did you know that sometimes our bodies try to tell us something incredibly important, but we often miss the message? It's a quiet whisper, a subtle change that could hold a crucial clue to our health. We're so busy with daily life, with grandchildren, hobbies, or just enjoying our golden years, that we might overlook tiny signs that are right there, staring back at us in the mirror every single day. This isn't about aches or pains you can feel, but something far more insidious, something that can develop silently, almost unnoticed. The painful reality is that many serious health issues, especially cancer, often begin subtly. They don't announce themselves with a shout. Instead, they might start as a tiny, almost invisible change. And for seniors, these early warnings become even more vital. Yet they're often dismissed as just a part of aging. What if I told you there's one very common spot on your body, a place you probably look at every day, that can actually give you an early heads up about a potential cancer risk? It's not a magic trick or some complicated medical test. It's about learning to truly see what's already there and understanding what those tiny signals might mean. In this video, we're going to gently peel back the layers and discover what to look for on this specific part of your body. We'll talk about simple, actionable steps you can take, and how to tell the difference between something harmless and something that warrants a closer look from a doctor. We'll explore why this one spot is so significant, and how empowering yourself with this knowledge can truly make a difference in your health journey. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you, a realization about your own body that could change how you approach your health from this day forward. Let's start by shining a light on this specific spot on your body that holds such surprising potential for early detection. We're talking about your skin, and more specifically, the moles, freckles, and other little spots that naturally appear there over time. Think about it, your skin is your body's largest organ, a living, breathing protective shield that's constantly exposed to the world. It's also a window into your internal health, and often, the first place where certain changes, including those related to cancer, might show up. Many of us have moles. They're just a part of us, right? You might have had some since childhood. Others might have appeared as you've gotten older. We tend to take them for granted, barely giving them a second thought unless they're in an obvious place or cause an itch. But sometimes, a seemingly innocent mole can transform into something far more serious, like melanoma, a very serious type of skin cancer. The key, and this is where that one spot comes into play, is knowing what to look for and recognizing when a change isn't just a change, but a warning sign. The beauty of this is that it doesn't require any special equipment or a doctor's appointment to start. It begins with you, in your own home. The very first, most crucial step you can take is to become familiar with your own skin, especially your existing moles. This means performing regular self-checks. Think of it like a monthly skin inventory. Find a well-lit room, grab a full-length mirror, and if you have one, a handheld mirror for those hard-to-see places. Then, go over your skin from head to toe. Systematically, start with your face, neck, and ears. Even your scalp. You might need a hairdryer to part your hair and a mirror to see your scalp properly. Then move down to your arms, looking at both the tops and undersides, your hands, and especially between your fingers and under your nails. Don't forget your torso, front and back. That full-length mirror and handheld mirror will be essential for your back, buttocks, and the backs of your legs. Finally, check your legs, feet, between your toes, and under your toenails. It might sound like a lot, but once you get into the routine, it becomes quicker and easier. The goal isn't to diagnose yourself, but to notice anything new or changing. Imagine you have a map of your moles. What you're doing is checking for any new roads or changes to existing landmarks. Now, what exactly are you looking for during this self-check? This is where a very helpful guide comes in, known as the ABCDEs of melanoma. Learning these 5 simple letters can empower you immensely. The A stands for asymmetry. Most normal moles are symmetrical. If you drew a line through the middle, both halves would match. With a suspicious mole, one half won't match the other. Picture a regular round button. That's symmetrical. Now imagine if one side of that button was flat and the other side was rounded. That's asymmetry. The B stands for border irregularity. Healthy moles usually have smooth, even borders. Moles that are cause for concern often have ragged, notched, blurred, or poorly defined borders. Think of it like the edge of a perfectly cut cookie versus a cookie that's been chewed around the edges. A jagged edge is a red flag. The C is for color variation. A normal mole is usually a single shade of brown or tan. A mole that's concerning might have uneven color, with shades of brown, tan, and black, sometimes. Patches of red, white, or blue can also appear. It's like a paint palette rather than a single solid color. If you see multiple colors in one spot, that's something to pay attention to. The D stands for diameter. While melanoma can be smaller, it's often larger than 6 millimeters, which is about the size of a pencil eraser. When first diagnosed, of course, size isn't the only factor. But if you have a spot that's growing or is already larger than an eraser, it warrants a closer look. And finally, the E stands for evolving. This is perhaps the most important point of all. Any change in an existing mole, in its size, shape, color, elevation, or any new symptoms like bleeding, itching, or crusting, is a major red flag. This also includes any new spot that appears on your skin that seems different from your other moles, often referred to as an ugly duckling sign. If a mole suddenly starts to itch, bleed when you scratch it, or simply looks different than all your other moles, that's the E in action. It's about evolution, about a mole that's changing over time. So, when you're doing your monthly skin check, you're not just looking for moles. You're looking for moles that exhibit any of these ABCDE characteristics. You're becoming a detective of your own skin, simply by paying attention. Now, understanding what to look for on this one spot is a fantastic start. But there's more we can do to protect ourselves and ensure we're truly proactive about our skin health. Now that we've truly looked at how to spot potential changes on your skin, focusing on those ABCDEs, let's continue building on that knowledge with further actions and protective measures. It's not just about what you see, but also about what you do to protect your skin in the first place, and how often you seek professional eyes on those spots. The third crucial action, and one that goes hand in hand with self-checks, is consistent sun protection. For many of us, our generation grew up without the same level of awareness about sun damage that exists today. We remember slathering on baby oil to get a deeper tan, or spending entire days outside without a thought for sunscreen. Those habits, unfortunately, contribute to the skin changes we see now, including an increased risk of skin cancer as we age. Even if you've been careful in the past, it's never too late to adopt better sun-safe practices. The sun's ultraviolet, or UV, rays are the primary cause of most skin cancers. So, what can you do? It's simpler than you think. Firstly, incorporate sunscreen into your daily routine. Even on cloudy days, look for a broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher. Apply it generously to all exposed skin, about 15 to 30 minutes before you go outside, and reapply every 2 hours, or more often if you're swimming or sweating. Think of it like putting on your clothes. It's just another layer of protection. Don't forget often missed spots like the tops of your ears, the back of your neck, and the tops of your feet. Beyond sunscreen, consider sun protective clothing. There are now many lightweight, breathable fabrics designed to block UV rays, often labeled with an ultraviolet protection factor, or UPF. A wide-brimmed hat is also your best friend. It protects your face, neck, and ears, areas that get a lot of sun exposure. Sunglasses are important too. not just for your vision, but also to protect the delicate skin around your eyes from UV damage. And finally, seek shade, especially during the sun's peak hours, usually between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. If you're out for a walk, try to stick to shaded paths. If you're gardening, consider an umbrella or working in the early morning or late afternoon. These small adjustments in your daily habits can significantly reduce your cumulative sun exposure over time. It's not about hiding indoors, but about being smart and enjoying the outdoors safely. Moving on. The fourth vital step is to get regular professional skin checks. While your self-checks are incredibly valuable, a dermatologist has specialized training and tools, like a dermatoscope, that allow them to see moles and skin changes in much greater detail than you can with the naked eye. They can spot things you might miss, especially in hard-to-see areas or subtle changes that only an expert would recognize. Think of it like getting your eyes checked or your teeth cleaned. It's a preventative health measure that becomes even more important as you age. How often should you go for most seniors? An annual full-body skin exam by a dermatologist is recommended. If you have a history of skin cancer, a family history, or a lot of moles, your doctor might suggest more frequent visits. Don't hesitate to schedule an appointment if you notice anything suspicious during your self-checks. It's always better to get a questionable spot checked out early than to wait. Most of the time, it will be nothing serious. But for those few times it might be, early detection is truly life-saving. Don't worry about bothering the doctor. This is precisely what they are there for. Finally, the fifth important consideration revolves around understanding your personal risk factors beyond just sun exposure. While sun is a major culprit, it's not the only one. For instance, if you have a family history of melanoma or other skin cancers, your risk might be higher. This is because certain genetic predispositions can make you more susceptible. If a parent, sibling, or child has had melanoma, be sure to mention this to your doctor. Another factor is your skin type. People with fair skin, light-colored eyes, red or blonde hair, and those who tend to freckle or sunburn easily have a higher risk. You're simply more vulnerable to UV damage. Also, having a large number of moles, more than 50 for example, can increase your risk. Not just because there are more spots that could potentially change, but because it can be an indicator of your skin's overall sensitivity. A history of severe sunburns, especially blistering sunburns during childhood or adolescence, also significantly elevates your risk. Even if you've been careful with sun protection in recent years, those past burns leave a lasting impact on your skin cells. It's about being aware of these factors, not to cause worry, but to empower you to be even more vigilant and proactive about your skin health and regular checkups. Understanding these personal elements helps you and your doctor tailor a more effective skin cancer prevention and detection plan. Staying proactive about your skin health is a profound act of self-care. It's about truly listening to what your body might be telling you. So, let's bring it all together. We've discovered that this one very common spot on your body, your skin, particularly your moles and other marks, holds incredible predictive power for early cancer detection. It's a message system. If only we learn to read it. We talked about the power of your own regular self-checks, becoming familiar with your skin's unique map, and looking for anything new or changing. We armed you with the ABCDEs: asymmetry, border irregularity, color variation, diameter, and evolving. A simple yet powerful checklist to guide your observations. Remember, any one of those signs, especially if a spot is evolving or just looks different from the others, warrants attention. We also discussed the paramount importance of sun protection, reinforcing that even in our later years, adopting smart habits like consistent sunscreen use, wearing protective clothing, and seeking shade can make a significant difference in preventing further damage and reducing your risk. And crucially, we emphasized the irreplaceable value of regular professional skin checks with a dermatologist. They are your expert allies in this journey, equipped to see what your eyes might miss and to provide reassurance or prompt action when needed. Finally, understanding your personal risk factors. like family history or skin type, gives you an even clearer picture of why vigilance is so vital for you specifically. This isn't about instilling fear. It's about empowering you. It's about taking control of your health, one simple, observable spot at a time. Your body is truly amazing, and it often gives us clues if we just take the time to notice. Early detection is not just a buzzword, it's a lifeline. When skin cancer, particularly melanoma, is caught early, it is highly treatable, often with a simple surgical procedure. The difference between catching it early and letting it progress can be immense, impacting your treatment options and your prognosis significantly. So, really, what you're doing when you check your skin, when you apply sunscreen, or when you see your dermatologist, is giving yourself the very best chance at a long, healthy, and vibrant life. It's a gift you give yourself, a commitment to your well-being. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a change in a mole that concerned you? What did you do about it? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. Your stories might just inspire and help someone else who's going through something similar. And if you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. Liking the video helps more people discover this important message. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical, easy-to-understand health tips and advice designed especially for you, for living your best life at every age. Remember, small changes, consistent attention, and a proactive approach can make a world of difference to your health and happiness. You deserve to feel your best and live your life to the fullest. With confidence and peace of mind, keep shining, keep exploring, and keep taking charge of your incredible health journey. Live your best life at every age.